Hi, hello, welcome back second grade. I hope you are ready to start with this new class. Today we are going to start by doing a review about the activities and also the vocabulary that we learned the last week. So if you remember, we started using the student's book. So we started unit 3 and it was in my house. So we are learning the names of the rooms of the house and also the furniture that, if you don't know it, furniture means muebles. And we have lots of furniture and objects that we can have at home. So first of all, we are going to start with a review about the vocabulary that's in the book, and then we're going to add new vocabulary. So I want to start by doing that. And yes, we have this in here. I'm going to show you. And we have the vocabulary. I want you to repeat with me or after me so you can remember that vocabulary. It's super important for you to know this and practice, of course. So first of all, we have that living room. In the living room, we have table. We have couch. This is the couch. No, this is a chair. We have couch in here. Couch. DVD player. DVD player. And then we have TV. TV. Super simple. Then we have the bathroom. And here we have bathtub. Repeat, bathtub. Very good. You're doing an excellent job. So now we have the kitchen. And in the kitchen we have fridge. This is the fridge. Sink. Oven. Then we have in the bedroom, we have some other objects, some other furniture. And then we have bed. We sleep on a bed. Dresser. We keep our things in dresser. Not all the people have dresser. Not all the houses have the same objects, the same furniture. So maybe you recognize some of these objects, maybe you don't. So that's why you need to pay attention to the pictures, because they are always going to help you. And the last one is the lamp. And then we have the closet. Closets. Very good. So right now I'm going to introduce a very important topic, and we are going to learn two new words. We have new and then we have old. So we are going to see the difference between these two words. They are more like adjectives, describing adjectives. Remember that describing adjectives, as its name says, is used to describe a person or describe an object. Like, for example, an adjective can be a color. For example, red, it's supposed to be red. Black, what else? Pink, blue, etc. Okay? For example, I will say my cell phone is gold or yellow or silver. Or, for example, my glasses, they are pink and gold. Or, for example, in here I have this flower. This flower is red and yellow and green. Okay, so we can use colors to describe objects, people, etc. But in this case we are going to learn two words to describe. They are not colors, they are new, old. I'm going to show you some examples in pictures about objects, about furniture, about things that we have in our home. And yeah, we are going to look at them and we are going to see how were they some years ago, when they were old, or now that they are new. For example, I want to say, in other words, that the objects that we know today, and they weren't like that some years ago. Los objetos que tenemos ahora, hoy en día, eran muy diferentes algunos años atrás. For example, I have here my cell phone. Okay, here I have my cell phone, right? This is my cell phone and I use it like every day. So here I'm showing you a cell phone. There are some different kinds of cell phones, some different brands like iPhone, Samsung, etc. But the cell phones as we see today, they have two cameras. You can use your fingerprint. There we have another two more cameras in here, and you can use the touch, etc. Okay, so but the cell phones weren't like this some years ago. No siempre los celulares fueron de esta manera. I remember that my parents used to have big cell phones and they had antennas and they were super heavy, but today they are like slim, they are super thin, and yeah, it's not that heavy at all. For example, also the glasses weren't like this some years ago. They were like bigger, and maybe you are not getting it, but also the computers weren't like this some years ago. But I'm going to show you some examples about the objects, how were they some years ago and how are they right now. Technology is super impressive. So we have this. This is, like you can see, is a TV. I didn't use a TV like this, but people used to have TVs. You can ask your grandparents, maybe your parents saw one of these. This is an old TV. It means viejo o antiguo. Repeat with me, old. And this is new. Repeat, new. Old, new. These are TVs. And for example, TVs some years ago were like this TV. They were like in black and white and some etc. And they didn't have a control, remote control. Yes, they were super different. They didn't exist Netflix, YouTube. They should have antennas so they could watch like 3 channels, and that was it. I think I'm not that old. So then we have the cell phones, like I was telling you. There we have an iPhone 12, and then we have some other cell phones. I think this is similar like the ones my parents used to have. They had antennas and they were super heavy and super big. They are old. And this is new. Cell phone. Repeat, cell phone. Very good. Then we have another one, and it's about a lamp. We have 2 lamps. Lamp. Okay, very good. In this side we have old. Repeat, old. Very good. Some years ago, people used to use lamps because they didn't exist like the flashes, like the lamps we have today, okay? But these old lamps needed to use fire so they could light up the room, light up the place, okay? They needed fire, okay? And then we have a new lamp. Now you can connect it, and there you have the light, and that's it. Okay, so repeat, old, new. Very good, excellent. Now we are going to go to the activities on pages 34 and 35, and they are on our students book, and we have this like this. Look at the pictures. What are they? So with a partner, you don't have a partner, but you can do it by yourself. You have letter A. What do you think it is? Letter B. Letter C. Is it similar as when I show you? And letter D. Letter D is super simple. Now we can go to activity 15, and the instruction says look, read, and circle. Then listen and check. Okay, so now you are going to read this paragraph, and it says Emma White at the museum, and you're going to read this whole paragraph, and you need to underline one of the options. Like in here you have, I'm not going to read it, the whole paragraph. It says, number 1, do you like museums? I do. My favorite museum is the Science Museum. I love the old things there. There are some very old wheels or lamps. You need to underline, you need to circle wheels or lamps, okay? As you think. Now, when you finish, you can take your time to complete this, and when you finish, you can watch this video, you can follow watching this video and listen to the correct option. So now I'm going to play the audio and you're going to check your answers, right?
Student's book, page 34. Activity 15. Look, read, and circle. Then listen and check.
At the museum, Emma White. Do you like museums? I do. My favorite museum is the Science Museum. I love the old things there. There are some very old lamps at the museum. They're 2,000 years old. They need oil in them. The oil burns. There's an old computer at the museum, too. You can put a new computer on a backpack, but this computer needs a big room. This old TV is very funny. It's big, but the screen is small. My favorite thing at the museum is an old bike. One of its wheels is very big and one wheel is very small. When you ride it, you sit on the big wheel. It's great.
Okay, and that's it. So now we can go to the next page, and it's page 35. And you have content words. You can find them on the internet, on a dictionary, if you want to understand the next reading or listening. So activity 16 says, look, listen and read. Household objects. Now we are going to listen to number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. You can look at the pictures. You have pictures in here, here, also here, and there. So we are going to listen to it, and you need to be super carefully with the listening. Pay attention.
Student's book, page 35. Activity 16. Look, listen, and read. Household objects. 1. In Sudan, some people keep their food cold in clay pots. They put one pot in another, with wet sand between them. A fridge needs electricity, but these pots don't. They can keep food cold anywhere. 2. Some people in Mali cook with a solar oven. A solar oven uses the sun. When this oven is in the sun, it's very hot, and it cooks the food quickly. 3. Do you like these chairs? This is a restaurant in Japan. The chairs don't have legs, but they're comfortable. 4. Some people in Sarawak, Indonesia, sleep in hammocks. They don't use beds. The hammocks are very comfortable.
It was super interesting, right? As you can see, in some of these places of the world, because they are from different places of the world, we read about Japan, about Mali, Indonesia, and also Sudan. Some of these places don't have the resources, they don't have the technology that we have in here. Or maybe they are not able to buy, like, for example, an oven. They are not able to buy a fridge so you can keep your food. So they needed to think about some other alternatives to keep their food, to prepare the food, because they don't have an oven, because they don't have a fridge, they don't have a microwave. So they needed to think about some other things to use in that case. Like, for example, in Japan, they don't use chairs to sit and eat, not because they don't have them, because Japanese people are super intelligent and they have super technologies, but these are their costumes. They eat like this because, I don't know, their religion or something like that, but they are used to do it like this way. It's not in this case, like in Japan, only in Japan, it's not because they don't have chairs in Japan. No, they do have chairs, but they don't use it to eat. Maybe they sit and to watch TV, maybe they sit to go to the school, but not at the time to eat. No la usan para comer. And then in number 4, we read about hammocks. Here in Mexico, we have hamacas. It's the same hammocks, but as you can see, they are like a little bit different, but it's the same thing. We also use hammocks. We have Mexican hammocks. Do you use a hammock? So, right now we are going to go to activity 17, and the instruction says, look at 16, find the words, then write. At home, we keep food cold in a blank. When we cook food, we use an blank. When we eat dinner, we sit on a, we sleep on in a. You need to complete with information on exercise 16, and that's it. But we have an activity for the notebook activity. Surprise, surprise. Then we have copy on your notebook and illustrate. We have, remember that when I say illustrate, you can cut and paste or you can color them. We have only 6. We have chair, closet, bathtub, TV, dresser, keys, okay? And that's it. So if you have any doubts about the activities, you can send your questions to me and I'll be checking them. And please try to send your activities on time. If you have any troubles, if you are not able to send them on time, you can tell me, because I need to know if you are going to send them anytime or if you are not going to send them. So I hope you are okay at home. Please give my greetings to your parents, and I hope you are okay at home and everything is good. Have a nice day, have a nice Monday, and I'll see you the next time tomorrow. Bye.